It's just such a gift to be able to hear this out loud.
For me, the first time that I read the script, I was absolutely haunted. I dreamed about it, actually.
The historical tattooed ladies that we are exploring in the musical all took a major risk.
Like, I didn't think about tattooed ladies until this piece. They really are this piece of sort of forgotten history.
I was very turned on by the story of the tattooed lady because they were the only freak in the sideshow that chose to become a freak and thus had agency in that decision. In the 1880s and 1890s, times in which women were not even allowed to expose their own ankles, these women tried to show full body coverage all around the world. A lot of these early tattooed ladies were like the Madonna of their era. They had wax replicas of their bodies in museums all over the world. They performed for kings and queens. So when I was 6 or 7 years old, I have a very vivid memory of my dad taking me to Coney Island and me seeing posters for the Freak Show, and I was really drawn to the banner art, and so I begged my dad to take me and let me see that. And once we got in, I was kind of taken in by the fact that our MC for the night looked just like a normal guy in a business suit, you know, with a tie and a button-up and cufflinks and everything like that. And he had this whole shtick around, you know, and next, ladies and gentlemen, the most depraved, the most perverse act in the history of the sideshow. You know, and playing up this otherness while saying, you know, but I'm just like you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm offended and disgusted by these horrible freaks. But then at the very end of the show, he says, ladies and gentlemen, I haven't been entirely honest with you because you see, we have one final act tonight, and this is the most hideous freak of them all, and that freak is me. And then he pulls out a set of nails and he starts hammering them into his nose. And I remember as a kid, I was like, what in gay hell is going on right now? Raise your hand if you feel trapped, if something deep inside you snapped, 'cause the room they've got us shoved in ain't exactly grand. But if you're lost, I can be your guide. My pictures are a portal to the world outside. So come on in, indulge in all that you've been banned. Your dream's been dashed and your soul deprived, but I'm gonna show you that you're still alive. I've come home at last. For some people, when they feel like they're hiding out because of the shame that has been dumped on them and they feel like they can't truly be themselves, that is a type of a costume. It's actually not even a costume, it's a prison. And it's a prison that one has to break out of. One has to go back to the sideshow, the metaphorical sideshow, if you will. In our case, our character literally has to go back to the sideshow.
I had no idea when I first got into this show that there were women back in the 1880s getting tattoos and rebelling against the norm and striving to be their truest self. I mean, most of the times we're seeing shows with women singing about their true prince and their love and like the things that they talk about. It's never things that inspire me as a woman of today.
As a trans actor, I felt so excited to work on this piece because I could really connect to the ways in which it celebrates agency and taking ownership of your body and turning it into something that feels like it's yours and feels like you've taken the power that you have in this one vessel that we've been given to turn it into exactly what you want it to be and celebrating that.
I finally found my purpose. I'm here to be of service to all the true outcasts. I'm the proud den mother of the radical motherfuckers, standing up to my fears. Took only 30 years, but now I'm making amends. I come home at last, and I'm never leaving again.
The Tattooed Lady was actually born in Philadelphia. And by that, I mean that the creative team came down here and did their initial exploration at the Kimmel Center.
Philadelphia marries a kind of daring generosity with actual skills. Like, they have the goods. My dream would be that, for your work anyway, that the Philly texture that gets baked into this actually serves the show as it moves to other places, because there's an authenticity to Philly that's so real. I joyfully remember Max on the couch with like a new great idea virtually every time I saw him. I'm really grateful to the Kimmel for many years allowing that opportunity to happen in our little basement, for people like Paige with Philadelphia Theater Company to take notice of that and want to come and learn what those artists were making, and then to carry that baton to the point where we're like talking about you're producing a premiere of the work. And that's something to be really grateful for.
I'm really excited that it was born in Philly, went to New York, is coming back here for its first full production, and then we will let it free into the world, which is what we're supposed to do. It's a big deal for PTC, and it's a big deal for Philadelphia.
I wasn't the first or the best, but I'm the last woman standing.
When we started, we were thinking the picture of Artoria Gibbons when she is 18 as a tattooed lady, and then when she is 80 as a tattooed lady. It's so wild that she basically outlived her taboo. Like, she was a tattooed lady at a time when it was incredibly wild to be a tattooed lady. And we were like, oh my God, what has this woman lived through? And I think that question was so much of a way in for us.
Anyway, aren't you also wearing a costume, trying to fit in somewhere? Someone's judging you. Every day this world can see beneath the skin, so I turn inside out, put my soul out there to make you aware.
And what I love about this rewrite is that now you have Ida. And like, her story really comes, even though, yes, we break away and we get all these beautiful stories of the other women, it still revolves around Ida.
There's a new part of the story that's very important, which is about a healing a mother-daughter connection. Our main character, Ida, is named after my grandmother, who is my mother's mother. She lived to be 95. She was born in 1899, so she is actually the same age as our character, Ida. And although she was not a tattooed lady in the sideshow, she was a real character, and she looked famous. So she wasn't famous, but she was famous in her mind, and then she would tell everyone that she won the Pulitzer Prize. It's too complicated to write a play about your own grandmother, but then she snuck in here.
You're looking at history, a mastery of skill, a living, breathing work of art, a triumph of free will. And you're lucky to have shared in a moment with me.
So I remember during the Brett Kavanaugh hearings for the Supreme Court, I wrote this song, Torchlight, which a pregnant tattooed lady in our show, Maud Wagner, sings to her unborn child, where she's basically just like, we're not going to get it right in my generation. We need you to be born into this world, and you're going to have to fix it, and you're going to have to go into this battle.
Baby, be a torch of light, guide us around, past the old generation's antiquated ideas, gonna burn them all down, 'cause you're a bonfire, baby, be a siren, loud enough to make them hear, your voice will speak for the silent, teach them to live without fear. Be an eye, gazing out of the void, cut through the darkness. Queen of a Hellcat tribe, mighty and relentless. I'll bless your body with my art, a beautiful armor. Make the battles that you fight a little easier than mine.
So I'm really honored to commission this play for Philadelphia Theater Company, and I actually think it's going to take Philadelphia Theater Company to new places artistically.
I remember a conversation with you around technology, around how tattoos could move or sing.
In a way, this project really piqued my interest because, wait, how do you actually costume something that was intended to be permanent in a process that is fundamentally temporary? When we put something on our bodies, whether it be clothing or anything, most of the time they are temporary, right? And so we're in a way addressing a temporary problem, right, with a temporary solution. We put something on to actually, either propel us towards that goal or hide something, but it's always about solving something, whether we're conscious or not about that choice. It's happening, right? It happens.
When I was little, I always wanted to be the tattooed lady in the circus. I wanted to run away with the circus. And I wanted to fall in love with the strong man in the circus. So I have been obsessed with tattooed women since I was a very young age. If it wasn't for these ladies being just straight up baddies, I wouldn't be able to be here and I wouldn't be able to be free. Most of the clients that I see are women clients. I would say probably about 80%. So I get a lot of traumatized women. I erase the past for them. I only see one client a day because most of my clients are cover-ups, and honestly, sometimes I just don't think I can emotionally see two people a day. I have this stuff called Nothing, and it's got a little bit of lidocaine in it, so that definitely helps them when we're getting to more like the 7th or the 8th hour, and they're like, I'm not doing so good. But they push through. They push through. It's irritating. It's irritating, and the longer you go, the more raw it feels.
How much longer are you done yet? How much longer? How much longer are you done yet? I must have been drinking when I thought that this would be a good idea.
People ask me all the time, does it hurt? And I say, of course it does. But the stuff, the physical pain that's on the outside cannot come anywhere close to the internal pain. That's way more painful emotionally, physically, mentally than a little bit of irritation on my skin for a couple hours.
It's beautiful. Get rid of it. I'm miserable.
Songs. We changed the structure of our piece. She wrote a awesome rough draft of our show, and now we're going to Broadway. We just found out 5 minutes ago.
And I woke up in the morning and I wrote an outline, a new outline, without the sticky board yet.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, this is real good. This is great. And then we all got together and we used Post-it notes and we restructured the entire musical.
And so then like the first day we suddenly had a brand new structure, and then both of you guys wrote to that.
And then you wrote 2 new songs.
Yeah, 2 new songs, both in genres I deeply hate.
No, you don't hate them.
Well, I secretly love them. I hate to admit that I love them.
Okay.
But I think my work in the musical theater world is known as being like subversive and rock and roll and sexy and electronic and all of that. And then I ended up writing like an old-timey tap dance number.
This is a moment of connection and revelation and culmination.
A sun-faded suburban home with a cracked cement porch. Ida, an 80-year-old woman, sits in a cheap lawn chair. It's 10 a.m. She's smoking and drinking gin.
Thank you, everybody. This was so wonderful.
Thank you for your incredible work. Thank you.
Oh my God! Oh, I hope I can be in it.
I want people to walk away with the realization that every day on this earth is the day to do whatever you need to do.
That we can be making a piece that's about owning your authenticity and owning your spirit and owning who you are in a way that is loving and also forging of progress feels really important right now.
My hope is that through the experience of watching the piece, we in the audience can all figure out how we wrestle with our own stuff. Things we don't feel comfortable talking about or telling others, but is a part of who we are. And we can hold that up in the light along with the things that we're really proud of and we love. And we can say, this is the entirety of me and all of it is beautiful and I'm happy in my skin.
I'm putting my headphones in.
Life is tame and tiring, so you came here to be shocked, to be seduced by voyeuristic thrills, have your world rocked. It's history in the making, a wild woman in the flesh, on her skin a painting to help your heart beat afresh.
Just don't stare too long, or you surely will go blind.
A tattooed Jezebel will leave a print of herself on your mind. So feral, so perverse, the oddest lady in the whole universe. A dangerous desire to wear our dreams forever. Pain forever, lust forever. 'Cause living should leave a mark. We'll give you what you crave. Our skin rimmed with sin, dazzling and depraved. Scandalize the stage, we wear our dreams forever. Pain forever, lust forever. So come in and make your mark.
I'm Nora Hildebrand, the first tattooed lady.
I'm La Ballerine, and I was the most beautiful.
I'm Trixie Richardson, an American legend and worldwide scandal.
Maud Wagner, I was the first female tattoo artist in American history.
Betty Broadbent, half the soldiers in World War II had a photo of me.
Jean Carroll, I was a bearded lady and a tattooed lady.
I'm Lady Viola, and I play the slide whistle. We share a wisdom so ancient it's divine.
Sex, sluts, prophets, pioneers,
and commerce combined.
Have you read the papers?
Everything they say is true, our minds contaminated.
Now we're here to corrupt you, dark and mysterious.
We're the gray monstrosity, all the posters read.
Dare to come see the tattoo lady.
All the triumph, all the wonder, all the crowds,
all the hearsay, all the memories, all the magic,
all around, all the headlines, all the triumph, all the wonder, all the crowds,
all the tall tales, all the memories, all the magic, all around, all the headlines, all the joys, all the wonder, all the trials, all the memories, all the magic, all the around, all the headlines, all the trials, all the wonder, all the crowds, all the whispers, all the memories, all the magic, all around. So feral, so perverse, the oddest lady in the whole universe. A dangerous desire.